Good evening to everybody. Yesterday, we were discussing the questions on the current affairs, and we discussed some questions from that list of questions, right? And today, we will discuss the remaining questions first of all, and in the time left, we will do something else, okay? So, the first question today is what is COVID severity score, right? Is software an index to measure the intensity of a COVID in different states of India, a laboratory based assessment of COVID patients, a method used by World Health Organization for ranking of various countries according to the severity of the pandemic in different countries. These are the four options, and please tell me that which is the correct answer according to you. Okay, okay. Uh, I hope that everyone will try to respond, will try to reply. Okay. So far, no response has been received. Okay, the response is from Amrit is D. Okay, Nishank is A, and Bhavesh is D. Okay, and other students didn't reply. Okay, no issue. Okay, Sukhmandi. Okay, so beta, the answer to this question is A. It is a software which has been developed in India recently. Okay, so we are going to discuss this now, right? So uh, here is the discussion, right? So COVID security, uh, severity score, it does patients scoring on the basis of severity of the disease, right? So एक तो ये है कि इसमें पेशेंट की स्कोरिंग होती है कैसे कि डिजीज की सीवियरिटी कितनी है. दूसरा है कोविड सीवियरिटी स्कोर इज ए सॉफ्टवेयर. ये एक सॉफ्टवेयर है that measures a patient's key parameters and identifies the severity of the disease. ये किसी पेशेंट के जो डिजीज से रिलेटेड जो जो की पैरामीटर्स है ये उनको मेजर करता है, राइट? और उस बेसिस के ऊपर फिर ये डिजीज की सीवियरिटी को जज करता है, आइडेंटिफाई करता है. द सॉफ्टवेयर इज एन एल्गोरिदम बेस्ड, राइट? एल्गोरिदम क्या होता है? इट इज ए प्रोसीजर फॉर सॉल्विंग ए प्रॉब्लम based on based on conducting a sequence of specified actions, right? So these are usually used to solve the recurrent problems, right? Recurrent problem, मान लीजिए एक प्रॉब्लम है, वो मतलब बार बार मतलब हमें किसी प्रोसेस को यूज करना पड़ता है. तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट हम एक फार्मूला तैयार कर लेते हैं. फार्मूला बोलो, आप उसको प्रोसेस बोलो, हम वो तैयार कर लेते हैं और उसको हम उनके एल्गोरिदम कहते हैं. उसके अंदर हमने वैल्यूज पुट करनी होती हैं एंड ऑन दैट बेसिस वो रिजल्ट हमारे सामने प्रोड्यूस कर देता है, राइट? सो वन थिंग इज दैट दिस इज ए सॉफ्टवेयर. ओके, सो प्लीज नोट इट, राइट? And the next slide is that the key parameters measured for COVID severity score. What are the key parameters that are measured? One is the symptoms of the disease are checked, signs and vital parameters, जो important parameters हैं body के, and test reports and comorbidities of the patient. Comorbidity means कोई simultaneous disease तो नहीं है, right? Presence of two or more diseases at the same time, right, to a patient, that is known as the comorbidity, right? So what are the various parameters which are measured for determining the COVID severity score are symptoms, signs, vital parameters, test reports, and comorbidity. disease of the patient, right? So this is the point. So next is that the COVID severity score, right? इसमें क्या है? The parameters are then matched against the predefined parameters, right, to assign the final score of a patient, right? So उस basis के ऊपर जब हम उसकी प्रोसेसिंग करते हैं कंप्यूटर में वो वैल्यूज पुट करके तो हमारे पास पेशेंट का एक फाइनल स्कोर आ जाता है, right? And on the basis of that final score, we identified that which patients needs immediate ventilator support, right? Which patient needs emergency hospitalization, and which patient needs ICU support. On that basis, we determine, right? And the software has been developed by a team of IIT Guwahati under the Ministry of Science and Technology, right? So these are the important questions here, right? So one is what is COVID severity score? This is a software, right? So इसके अंदर हम क्या करते हैं? We measure certain, you can say, parameters of the patient, right? And then those are, you can say, processed in the computer on the basis of, and we can say, algorithm. And then a final score comes out. On the basis of that particular score, we determine that what type of medical assistance or medical facility this patient requires, right? Whether it needs immediate ventilator support, whether it needs emergency hospitalization, or it needs the ICU support, right? So this has been developed by the IIT Guwahati under the Ministry of Science and Technology, right? So please bear this in mind. This is an important question in the next preliminary examination, we can say. Okay, so now the next question, which we will discuss now, what is MBTAG, right? So MBTAG क्या है? India's first indigenous temperature data logger, a tag to provide reading of the ambient air quality, an instrument to raise early alarm in case of a fire incident, an advanced indigenous developed low-cost anti-theft sensor. So what is MBTAG? Give your response, please. Okay. So only one student has given the response. Okay. Amrit, no idea. What about other students, Asika, Sukhman, Bhavesh, etc., etc.? Any idea? Sukhman B. Okay. Right. Okay. No issue. Okay. Okay. So, beta, the correct answer is A, India's first indigenous temperature data blogger, right? इसमें बेटा ये है कि this is a small, you can say, USB sized instrument, we can say, right? And it can keep the temperature record of about 90 days, right? And it is very economical as well, right? This is particularly, let me tell you that, let's suppose vaccine is being transported from the manufacturing facility to a particular destination, right? So let's suppose it takes 10 days, 20 days during the, you can say, transportation, right? But according to the instructions that that vaccine, right, should be stored at 0 degree temperature, right? Let's suppose it is there, right? So beta, if the temperature, right, rises above 0 degree, so then the quality of that vaccine may deteriorate, right? So that may suffer, we can say, right? So बेटा फिर हमें क्या पता चलेगा कि रास्ते में ड्यूरिंग द यू कैन से ट्रांसपोर्टेशन क्या टेम्परेचर को 0 डिग्री पे मेंटेन रखा है या नहीं रखा, राइट? सो बेटा ऐसी चीजों के लिए ये जो बेटा एमबी टैग जो टेम्परेचर डेटा लॉगर है ये बेटा हेल्प करता है, राइट? सो बेटा जैसे ही टेम्परेचर मतलब एक प्री सेट रेंज होगी जो, राइट, जैसे टेम्परेचर उस प्री सेट रेंज से वेरी करेगा तो बेटा आपके पास एक सिग्नल आ जाएगा, राइट? सो ऑन दैट बेसिस एंड मोर ओवर आल्सो because 90 days record is maintained in this device, right? And that is why you can check that whether there was some, you can say, irregularity, or whether at any time the temperature, right, was high, you can say from the standard limit, we can say standard temperature which was prescribed for that purpose, right? So this is the purpose of this MB tag, we can say, right? So the answer is A. It is clear to you now, right? So now let me move on to the next slide now, okay? So the answer A, right? So now we will discuss it. So MB tag is India's first indigenous, right, low cost temperature data logger. This is the point, okay? So the USB-based device records temperature of its surroundings from -40 डिग्री to +80 डिग्री तक की रेंज का टेम्परेचर है जो ये रिकॉर्ड करता है for 90 days, right? So it is useful in trade of perishable goods and pharmaceuticals, right? It warns by generating an alert when temperature goes beyond a preset limit, right? So that is clear, right? So इसको ध्यान में रखना है एमबी टैग क्या है, right? So please note it, right? So the next slide, that is this is an important thing, right? Both artificial neural network ANN and artificial, right, synaptic network ASN mimic human brain. What is the difference between the two, right? So artificial intelligence से related question है ये, right? Artificial neural network and artificial synaptic network mimic the human brain. दोनों human brain की copy करते हैं. What is the difference between the two? लेकिन दोनों में difference क्या है, right? First point है कि ANN is a software based, while ASN is hardware based. ASN consumes less energy in comparison with the ANN. Select your answers using the codes given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2, right? So what can be the answer? Any guess, please? I know that the correct answer would be difficult. सभी ने पढ़ा नहीं होगा अभी इसको. Okay, 2 responses have come. Tough to guess. No idea. Okay, right. This is a difficult question, really. I'm telling you, right? So we will discuss it, right? So इसका जो okay. So बेटा इसका जो correct answer है, that is you can say C is the correct answer. Both are correct in this case. Right answer is C. Right? So first of all, let us discuss the answer now. Right? Artificial neural network. ये क्या होता है बेटा? This is a copy of how your brain works. Right? So हमारे brain में न्यूरॉन्स होते हैं, राइट? न्यूरो ट्रांसमिशन होती है, राइट, इलेक्ट्रिकल इम्पल्सेस के थ्रू जो मैसेजेस हैं वो ट्रांसफर होते हैं। जब मैसेजेस इलेक्ट्रिकल इम्पल्सेस के थ्रू ट्रांसफर होते हैं तो आगे फिर रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं, राइट, एट द लेवल ऑफ एट द point of the receptors, those messages are decoded, right, and then those are sent forward to the various parts of the body, right, with the help of the, you can say, electrochemical signals, right. So this is the basic point, right. So here is the input and here is the output, right. So this is the main thing, right. So let me tell you, let us discuss first this ANN. What is ANN, right? Artificial neural networks, right? So I think before this artificial neural networks, if possible, let me tell you that how the human brain works, right? Now, beta, this is a cell, right? This is a cell. Let me take the highlighter, right? So this is a cell beta, right? This yellow color, right? And these are basically we can say dendrites. We say these are dendrites, right? So what are the dendrites, right? So let me first tell you that what do we mean by the dendrites, right? You please note it that dendrites are the right are the extensions of are the extensions of, right, you can say nerve cells, right, that you can say propagate, right, that propagate electrochemical, right, that is a stimulation, electrochemical stimulation received from other, you can say nerve cells to cell body, right? Nerve cells to cell body. So that is clear, right? So please note it that, right? So first of all, we should know that what are the dendrites, right? So dendrites are the extensions of what, right? These are extensions of the nerve cells, right? So let me underline it. Dendrites. What do we mean by dendrites, right? These are the extensions of the nerve cells, right? Nerve cells, right? So beta, this is the nerve cell as you are seeing, right? And these are the extensions of the nerve cells, right? So it is clear to you, I think. Okay, these are the extensions of the nerve cells, right? That propagate electrochemical stimulation received from nerve cells to the cell body, right? So nerve cells say, right, ये है बेटा कि other neurons से, right, जो भी you can see signal मिलते हैं, right, ओके, ये उनको प्रोपिगेट करते हैं एंड फर्दर ये सेल बॉडी को पहुंचाते हैं. दिस इज द रोल ऑफ दिस, you can say dendrites, right? So please bear this in mind, please note it, right? So that means what is there in our nerves cells? One is the cell, these are the dendrites, the branches, right? And beta, one more thing you may be seeing here, these you can say, right, these hair like branches, right? So beta, branches of the dendrites are known as the telodendrites, right? Telodendrites, right? So that is there, right? So beta, axon hai ek, right? Axon means what is that, right? Axon passes the message away from the cell body to other neuron muscles or glands, right? So axon बेटा एक तरह की जो you can say, right, एक तरह का ये स्ट्रक्चर है, एक तरह की वायर है वी कैन से, राइट, जिसके थ्रू जो भी यू कैन से मैसेजेस हैं वो पास होते हैं एक सेल से दूसरे सेल को, राइट. एक्शन पोटेंशियल इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल्स, राइट, ट्रेवलिंग डाउन द यू कैन से एक्शन, राइट. सो एक्शन के थ्रू ये जो इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल जाते हैं एक सेल से दूसरे सेल को ट्रांसफर होते हैं, राइट. And this is the myelin sheath. Myelin sheath, right? Myelin sheath, what is that? Myelin sheath beta covers this you can say axon, right? Axon is sort of the fiber. Axon is a sort of the wire, right? So that right, and beta myelin sheath matlab covers it, right? And then the terminal buttons are there, right? So terminal buttons, right, where the message is, right, these are the we can say matlab receptors, right, and these become the junction, right, from where the you can say transfer of the message from one cell to another takes place. Okay, so this is how our you can say brain works in this way, right. Is it clear to you, beta? Is it clear? Tell me. Okay. What about other students? Okay, clear. Okay, right, beta. Good. If it is clear, then it's good. Okay, that's good. So now the next point is there, right? So now what is next there? Right. So as far as the next is concerned, let me move back. Right. So we were here, I think, artificial neural networks. So artificial neural networks are specific type of machine learning algorithms, right? Okay, the way our brain works, right? So uski copy karke, us process ki copy karke, they have made and you can say algorithm that are modeled after the human brain. Right? So like the neuron in the human nervous system are able to learn from past data, the ANN is also able to learn from the data and provide response in the form of prediction and classification, right? So just like our brain, the ANNs can, you can say, read the data, right? Learn from the data, provide response on the basis of the data, do the predictions, help in decision making, right? This is the artificial intelligence, we can say, right? So ANNs are used in the image recognition, speech recognition, machine translation, medical diagnosis, etc., etc. Right? So these are the things, right? So what are the neurons? Neurons are fundamental units of nervous system. They are the cells that receive sensory inputs from the world, right? So outside source से हमें sensory inputs मिलती हैं, right? और ये उसकी कोडिंग करके ये उसको फर्दर फॉरवर्ड करते हैं and send commands to our muscles and for transforming and relaying the electrical signals, right? Electrical signals के थ्रू वो फर्दर उसको फॉरवर्ड करते हैं, right? So this we have already discussed. Now artificial synaptic network, ASN, which I have told you, right? So बेटा इसमें क्या है कि जैसे हमारा सेल है, न्यूरन है, just like the same way. This is the cell body. This is the nucleus of the cell. This is the beta endoplasmic reticulum, right? Endoplasmic reticulum क्या है? इसके अंदर बेटा प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस होती है और इसके अंदर लिपिड फॉर्मेशन होती है, right? So this is a cell organelle, right? In which the functions take place, right? What type of function take place? One is the protein synthesis, which takes place here, right? Protein synthesis takes place here. Okay, synthesis takes place here, and the second point is that here lipid formation takes place. Right here, lipid formation takes place, right? Lipid formation takes place. So these are the things which take place here, right? And then beta, here is the Golgi apparatus, right? So Golgi apparatus is also a cell organism, sorry, a cell we can say organelle, right? And the purpose of the Golgi apparatus, right, is to pack the material, right, is to pack the material formed by the endoplasmic reticulum, right, formed by endoplasmic reticulum, right? So usko ye pack karta hai, right? So this is its you can say job. Dendrite we have already discussed, dendritic branches we have already discussed, right? And Telodendria, I have already discussed with you, branches of the dendritus, right? We have discussed, right? Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? So mitochondria ने क्या करना होता है बेटा, जो हम food लेते हैं, right? So that is converted into the glucose and in the form of the glucose, right? So that comes to the mitochondria, right? And mitochondria, right, you can say further, you can say process and make the, you can say ATPs from it, right? And which provides cell, which provide energy to the cell. So that is why it is known as the powerhouse of the cell, right? So powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria is known as that, right? So these are the things, right? So beta axon we have already discussed, right? And beta synaptic terminals, right? Synaptic terminals are the junctions basically, right? So where the you can say dendrites of two cells meet, right? जहाँ पर दो cells के dendrites की joining होती है, right? और बेटा उस joining के जरिए क्या होता है बेटा, जो transmission of the message होती है, right? So that is बेटा synaptic terminals होते हैं, right? So जहाँ पर exchange of information होती है, right? Exchange of the messages रहती है. So is it clear to you up to this point, beta? Okay, it's clear. Okay, it's clear. Okay, okay. Yes. So बस अपना रिस्पॉन्स देते रहना, उससे फिर मुझे थोड़ा सा ठीक ठीक लगता है कि चलो समझ आ रही है आपको. Yes, okay, that's the only thing, nothing else. So now we are moving on to the next slide, right? So artificial synaptic network. It is an invention of artificial intelligence. It is a hardware-based solution, right? It is a hardware-based solution that that you can say, right, that emulates the function of human brain synapse, right? This this synaptic device can mimic complex psychological behaviors without the aid of the external supporting circuits, right? So this is a fabricated device that is able to mimic human brain cognitive actions, right? So हम cognitive actions करते हैं, right? Actions related with our thought process, right? Intelligence, you can say. More efficiently in terms of speed and power consumption, right? ये ANN से ज़्यादा efficient है, right? In terms of speed and in terms of the power consumption, right? क्योंकि बेटा ANN system है जो that consumes such a huge electricity, right? कि जो काम हमारा ब्रेन 20 वॉट एनर्जी यूज करके करता है, उस काम को करने के लिए बेटा 20 मेगावाट एनर्जी लेता है ANN, right? So बेटा that is why energy is the biggest issue, right? So beta, it is not possible to provide so much energy for the ANN system to work, right? So that is why the scientists were looking for an alternative of that system, right? And ASN is an alternative of that system which is more efficient and which consumes less energy as compared to the ANN. Okay, so point is clear, beta? Will you keep it, remember? Okay, good. Right, beta. Right. So this is an important question, but science and technology से related question है, and this is an important question. Okay. So now the next is artificial synaptic network. Human brain comprises of nearly 100 billion neurons, right? The neurons massively interconnect with each other via axons and dendrites, right? Forming colloidal junctions called synapse, right? Synapse. Axon is called a nerve fiber also. It is a portion of a nerve cell that carries nerve impulse away from the cell body. A neuron typically has one axon that connects it with the other neurons or muscles or gland cells, right? You can say, right? So हर न्यूरॉन का एक बेटा एक्सॉन होता है, राइट? नर्व फाइबर होती है, वो आगे दूसरे न्यूरॉन के साथ कनेक्ट करती है उसको, right? So dendrites are projections of a neuron and receive signals from other neurons. The transfer of information from one neuron to another is achieved through chemical signals and electrical impulses, that is electrochemical signals, right? So we have already discussed this thing. So now the next is that the complex bioneural network is believed to give rise to superior cognitive abilities of the humans, right? जो हमारा natural system है, right? वो हमें superior cognitive abilities देता है. Software-based ANN, right? That you can say mimic human brain and cognitive abilities do the work by consuming energy in megawatts that human brain can do with just 20 watts of energy. To overcome this problem, the hardware-based ASN has been evolved, right? So please note it. This is very important question, right? So the next question we are moving on now. Okay. So the next question is, from which part of indigo plant the natural dye is extracted? इंडिगो प्लांट्स के कौन से पार्ट से हम नेचुरल डाई एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं? लीव्स, फ्लावर्स, फ्रूट, bark. ओके, आंसर अभी तक नहीं आया किसी का. ओके, फ्रूट. ओके, निशांक फिर आंसर कौन सा? आपने आंसर तो दिया नहीं है, क्यों दे दिया आंसर?
डी है सर, मेरे को पक्का ध्यान नहीं है, लेकिन डी और ए में से है सर.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. ओके, डी और ए. राइट राइट. इसका आंसर बेटा ए है. लीव्स में से हम एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं जो नेचुरल डाई होती है, राइट? इससे रिलेटेड एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात है.
एक्चुअली सर इंडिगो रिवॉल्यूशन में पढ़ा था ये मैंने.
यस, ये आपने पढ़ा होगा. यस, राइट. समटाइम्स ऐसे क्वेश्चन भी पूछ लेते हैं, राइट? सो नाउ द आंसर इज ए. Only the leaves of plants are processed for obtaining indigo dye because leaves have the maximum concentration of dye, right? क्योंकि डाई की जो मैक्सिमम कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है वो लीव्स में होती है. दैट इज वाई अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट से अगर हम if we will try to extract the dye, that will not be cost effective, right? So that is why the leaves of the plant are processed, to, you can say, extract the dye, right? So other two plants are also there, wood, right? Wood, polygonum, are the other plants that provide the dye, right? So ये भी हमें dye provide करते हैं. Okay. So next question comes. Natural dye is considered as, you can say, optical limiter because इसको हम ऑप्टिकल लिमिटर कहते हैं नेचुरल डाई को. एक्चुअली वो वाला क्वेश्चन डालने के पीछे ये वजह थी, राइट. अदरवाइज वो वाला क्वेश्चन ऐसे तो मैंने डालना ही नहीं था क्योंकि दैट इज नॉट इन करंट अफेयर्स, राइट. सो दैट इज व्हाई आई पुट दैट क्वेश्चन राइट देयर. Natural dye is considered as optical limiter because ऐसा क्यों? It weakens harmful UV radiation to protect human eyes. One point. It limits the effect of reflection of light. Second point. It has made chlorophyll. It has more chlorophyll that weakens the intensity of light to protect eyes from damage. So these are the three statements. Answers are 1 only, 3 only, 2 and 3, and 1 and 3 only, right? So let me check कि आप लोगों ने क्या आंसर दिया है, A और D. Okay. 2 and 3 statement. Okay. Right. So अमृत का C है. ओके. निशांक आप कैसे दो दो ऑप्शंस देने लगे हो भाई? एग्जाम में तो एक ही देनी होगी. निशांक?
तो फिर मेरा डी है.
ओके. आपका डी है. ओके. पढ़ा है आपने ये?
सर मेरे को सर इसलिए लग रहा है सर ऑप्टिकल लिमिटर इसको कहते होंगे तो सर रिफ्लेक्शन तो सर ये ज्यादा ही करता होगा तो सर लिमिट नहीं करेगा क्योंकि सर ऑप्टिकल लिमिटर है. सर दूसरी बात सर अगर ये ह्यूमन आई को प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है क्योंकि सर सबसे ऊपर है वीकन्स ह्यूमन रेडिएशन तो शायद उसका रीजन ये हो कि क्लोरोफिल की वजह से कर रहा है सर. इसलिए मेरे को लग रहा है लॉजिक से कि डी होगा.
Right. So D is the correct answer. Okay. So natural indigo dye can protect human eye from harmful laser radiation. Okay. It absorbs light at different wavelengths of electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum का आपको पता है, right? So waveguide, right? And the absorption is maximum in the ultraviolet region of the spectrum, right? जो मैक्सिमम एब्जॉर्प्शन करता है वो अल्ट्रावायलेट रीजन में करता है. द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ ग्रीन लाइट इज कंपैरेटिवली हायर. द मैक्सिमम एब्जॉर्प्शन वेवलेंथ कैन वेरी ओवर सेवरल नैनोमीटर्स डिपेंडिंग ऑन डाइज सॉल्वेंट एंड कंसंट्रेशन, राइट. सो कितनी वेवलेंथ एब्जॉर्ब करेगा, इट विल डिपेंड ऑन द राइट कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द डाई, राइट. So the absorption variation with wavelength indicated that chlorophyll, right, an organic compound that takes part in photosynthesis is present in the dye. Dye में chlorophyll भी present रहता है, right? So these are the reasons, right? So जो निशांक ने explanation दी थी वो ठीक explanation थी निशांक की. Right, so this is the point. Please note these points, right? These are important points, right? फिर बाद में आपको दिक्कत आएगी. Okay, so please note these points. Okay, so I am moving on to the next slide. अगर किसी का रहता है तो मुझे बता दो प्लीज. मैं 1 मिनट के लिए थोड़ा स्लो हो जाता हूँ या रुक जाता हूँ. ठीक है, तो बता दो. ओके, कोई बात नहीं बेटा. So can I move now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So optical limiter, scientists have found that with the increase in intensity of laser pulse, the dye absorbs more light. Right? Dye is more, you can say, opaque to higher intensity light. This phenomena has been named by the scientists as the optical limiter. The study was conducted by scientists from Raman Research Institute and Cansari School and College, Bengaluru. Right? So, चलो ये तो कोई इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है कि किसकी रिसर्च है ये, बस इतना याद रखना कि ऑप्टिकल लिमिटर क्या होता है और ये जो डाई है, राइट, ये ऑप्टिकल लिमिटर के तौर पे इसको क्यों यूज किया जाता है. ओके, सो ये दो तीन चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट हैं इसमें. ओके, सो what is flexible managed float exchange rate system, right? So the question is that what is a flexible managed exchange rate system? Okay, second point. Okay, beta, I am trying to explain the second point. Sorry. Dye is more opaque to the higher intensity light. It means beta higher intensity light को ये अपने में से पास नहीं होने देती, right? Opaque means, right, it is not transparent to the higher intensity light, right? ये इसको reflect back कर देती है. Okay, clear, Sukhman? Sukhman, is it clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. So now the flexible managed float exchange rate system. It is a flexible exchange rate system where the exchange value of the currency of a country is managed by the market forces of demand and supply. It is a flexible exchange rate system where the country's central bank intervenes occasionally in order to soften the effects of economic shocks of the economy on the economy. It is a flexible exchange rate system where the upper and lower limit of domestic currency value are set by the central bank of the country. It is a flexible exchange rate system where any intervention into it by the central bank of the country is monitored by the International Monetary Fund. Right? So इस क्वेश्चन के अंदर जो मेन इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीज है समझने वाली वो है फ्लेक्सिबल मैनेज्ड फ्लोट एंड दूसरी चीज है exchange rate system. These are the two important points which needs to be understood in this question. And आप लोगों ने response दिए हैं. Let me check your responses first, right? So, okay. अमृत का C आंसर है and निशांक का A आंसर है, right? बाकी लोगों का आंसर क्या है? Let us see. अमन, आशिका, सुखमन, आप लोग बताओ अपना आंसर बेटा. आशिका का भी ए आंसर है. ओके, राइट. सो चलो, ज्यादातर स्टूडेंट्स के आंसर्स ए हैं, राइट, बट ए इन दिस क्वेश्चन is the wrong answer. Okay, the correct answer is B. Right, so we will discuss this thing now. Right, that how B is the correct answer. Right, so first of all, we need to learn about the exchange rate system. Right, exchange rate system means how the domestic currency of a country, the exchange rate of that is determined against the international currencies, right? Various international currencies like dollar hai, pound hai, euro hai, yen hai, yuan hai, right? So these are the international currencies, right? So how the rate of the exchange rate of the domestic country is determined against, you can say, the international currencies, let us suppose dollar, right? So that is the exchange rate system. Okay. So now exchange rate systems are two types. One is the fixed exchange rate system, and second is the floating exchange rate system, right? Fixed and floating. आप उसको flexible भी कह सकते हो floating को. Right. So there are two types of exchange rate systems. One is the fixed exchange rate system, and second is the floating exchange rate system. Right. So in the case of the fixed exchange rate system, the exchange rate of the domestic currency of the country against dollar or other international currencies is determined by the central bank of the country. जैसे as far as the case of India is concerned, the central bank is, we can say, RBI. That RBI shall determine that what will be the right. RBI shall, you can say, determine that what shall be the rate of okay. What shall be the rate of, you can say, this right, rupee against the dollar, we can say, right? And as far as the floating exchange rate system is concerned, right? So the exchange rate of rupee against the dollar shall be determined by the market forces, right? So ये market forces के ऊपर you can say determine करेगा, right? So floating rate में ये रहता है, right? So market forces कैसे determine करती है? Market forces means it is determined by the two things. One is the demand and second is the supply, right? DD for demand and here FS for supply, right? So beta, it is determined by the demand and supply factors, right?
सर ये मैनेज शब्द का खेल था शायद.
So मैं आप ओके कोई बात नहीं, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. So बेटा इसमें बेटा क्या रहेगा कि in case the demand of dollar, right? Demand of dollar, right, is more than the supply of dollar, right? तो क्या होगा बेटा? लोग डॉलर को परचेज करने के लिए ज्यादा रुपए देने के लिए रेडी होंगे, right? So that means dollar will become dearer, right? And the exchange rate of Indian currency will fall, right? So that is there, right? मान लीजिए पहले 40 रुपीस का हमें $1 मिल जाता था, राइट? सो आजकल बाजार में क्या हो गया कि डॉलर मिल ही नहीं रहा, राइट? डॉलर की जो डिमांड बहुत ज्यादा है, डॉलर को लेने वाले बहुत हैं, बट द सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर्स इज लेस. सो देन क्या होगा? लेट्स सपोज मुझे डॉलर चाहिए, राइट? सो देन आई विल बी रेडी टू पे 50 रुपीस for taking $1, 60 rupees for taking $1, 70 rupees for taking $1, right? So बेटा इससे क्या होगा, right? So बेटा जब ऐसा होगा तो क्या होगा बेटा? Appreciation of dollar. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Appreciation, right? Appreciation of dollar इससे होगी, okay? And जब दूसरी तरफ बेटा इधर जो हमारा रूपी है, रूपी की डेप्रिसिएशन होगी, राइट? क्योंकि रुपए की वैल्यू कम हो रही है, राइट? सो देयर विल बी डेप्रिसिएशन ऑफ रूपी, ओके? इज इट क्लियर टू यू, राइट? सो बेटा दो टर्म्स भी दो यूज हो जाती हैं एग्जामिनेशन में. एक टर्म यूज होती है डेप्रिसिएशन एंड बेटा दूसरी टर्म यूज होती है डिवैल्यूएशन, राइट? दोनों का मीनिंग डिफरेंट है, प्लीज बियर दिस इन माइंड. Depreciation and the second term which is used, that is we can say the you can say devaluation, right? So as far as the depreciation is concerned, because depreciation is happens when the exchange rate of the domestic currency falls, right? So when the exchange rate of the domestic currency falls due to the market forces, due to the effect of the demand and supply, right? And beta devaluation takes place when the exchange rate of the currency, right, is, you can say, let down by the central bank of the country. That means जब हमारा RBI जानबूझकर रुपए को गिरा देगा डॉलर के कंपैरिजन में, तो हम बोलेंगे डिवैल्यूएशन की, राइट? तो हमने डिवैल्यूएशन 1966 में की थी, हमने डिवैल्यूएशन 1990 में की थी, राइट? जब इकोनॉमी के ऊपर क्राइसिस आया तो हमने डिवैल्यूएशन की थी, राइट? तो डिवैल्यूएशन का इफेक्ट क्या होता है वो मैं आपको कोशिश करूंगा बताने की, राइट? डेप्रिसिएशन का डिवैल्यूएशन का सेम इफेक्ट रहता है, राइट? सो नाउ बेटा ये हो गया आपका, राइट? एंड बेटा देयर कैन बी वन मोर केस, राइट? द बेटा अदर केस क्या होगा कि लेट्स सपोज सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर, राइट, इज मोर देन द डिमांड ऑफ डॉलर, राइट? दूसरा केस ये होगा, अब सप्लाई ज्यादा है, डॉलर बेचने वाले बहुत हैं, डॉलर को लेने वाले नहीं है, तो क्या होगा बेटा? डॉलर का डेप्रिसिएशन होगा और रूपी का एप्रिसिएशन होगा, राइट? फिर हमारा रूपी महंगा हो जाएगा, राइट? कम रुपए देके हमें ज्यादा डॉलर मिल जाएंगे। सो ये एप्रिसिएशन एंड डेप्रिसिएशन का खेल होता है, राइट? इसको हम फ्लोटिंग एक्सचेंज रेट कहते हैं, राइट? और जब सेंट्रल बैंक उसको कंट्रोल करता है एक्सचेंज रेट को, उसको हम फिक्स्ड एक्सचेंज रेट कहते हैं, राइट? उसको हम फिक्स्ड एक्सचेंज रेट कहते हैं। ओके, इज इट क्लियर बेटा अप टू दिस पॉइंट? अगर किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो बताओ, खास करके जिन्होंने पहले मेरी इकोनॉमी की क्लास कभी नहीं ली वो लोग बताओ प्लीज मुझे, खास करके। ओके, क्लियर? ओके, क्लियर, ओके, राइट बेटा, गुड। ओके, सो राइट, सो बेटा सुखवंत बेटा, कल जैसे आप पूछ रहे थे ना कि बाकी सब्जेक्ट था ना, सो बेटा मैं पढ़ाते पढ़ाते मतलब मैं इतने सब्जेक्ट पढ़ा देता हूँ आपको, है ना? पॉलिटी की भी बात कर देता हूँ, इकोनॉमी की भी बात कर लेता हूँ, साइंस की भी बात कर लेता हूँ पढ़ाते पढ़ाते, राइट? सो बहुत सारी चीजें क्लियर हो जाती हैं, राइट? सो निशांक वाज इन क्लास इन द प्रीवियस ईयर, राइट? सो ही नोज दैट हमने अभी फॉर्मली पेपर 2 एंड पेपर 3 जीएस का पढ़ा नहीं था, लेकिन फिर भी 80% क्वेश्चंस थे जो हमने जनरल डिस्कशंस की थी क्लास में, उसी में से थे, राइट? सो बहुत सारी चीजें मैं आपको बिना बताए पढ़ा जाता हूँ, राइट? सो बेटा दैट इज वाई ऐसा, राइट? मतलब आप लोगों को मुझे पता भी नहीं चलता कि ये हमने पेपर 3 का पार्ट कर लिया, राइट? मैंने आपको साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी पढ़ाया, ANN एंड बेटा ASN में डिफरेंस क्या है वो भी हमने पेपर 3 कर लिया, राइट? ये भी हमने पेपर 3 कर लिया, राइट? सो दिस इज द पॉइंट, राइट? सो बहुत कुछ हम पढ़ लेते हैं इसमें, राइट? सो बेटा यहाँ तक सबको क्लियर है। अब बेटा क्या है, फ्लेक्सिबल तो हो गया कि फ्लोटिंग रेट हो गया, फ्लेक्सिबल है, ऊपर नीचे होता रहेगा, राइट? And managed means beta, it is a, right, it is a midway between the fixed and the floating, right? Midway between the fixed and the floating, है flexible floating लेकिन managed भी है, right? Managed float, तो वो कितना float करेगा, right? So वो सेंट्रल बैंक देखेगी कि कितना फ्लोट करेगा, राइट? जब सेंट्रल बैंक को ये लगेगा कि अब ये जो फ्लोट है, राइट, ये हमारी इकोनॉमी के लिए डेंजरस है, ये हमारी इकोनॉमी के फेवर में नहीं जा रहा, सो देन एट दैट टाइम द सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ द कंट्री मे इंटरवीन इन दैट सिस्टम। ओके, इज इट क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? So flexible managed system is a midway between the fixed and float, right? It is a flexible system, right? So exchange rate of the domestic currency against the dollar is you can say allowed to float, but it will be seen by the central bank that you can say up to which level it should be allowed to float, right? And whenever the central bank feels that now it may, you can say, harm the interest of your economy, in that case, the central bank intervenes in that, right? So this is what we mean by the flexible managed float exchange rate system, right? I think this is I have tried to explain it in from my end, right, in a very well manner, right? Even if anybody has any doubt, you please ask the question, raise your doubt, right? So I am ready to clear that doubt also. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. Okay, रिस्पॉन्स नहीं मिलता बाकी लोगों का, इट मीन्स नहीं क्लियर हुआ. शाबाश. ओके, अमृत ने पहले रिस्पॉन्स दिया था, अमृत ने फिर रिस्पॉन्स दे दिया. ओके, बाकी लोग. Paranali, it is clear to you. Sukhman, is it clear? And Aman, is it clear? जो लोगों को नहीं क्लियर तो बता. ठीक है, चलो मैं मान लेता हूँ कि सभी को अब क्लियर है, राइट, ये चीज. सो नाउ बेटा, now I am just telling you one more thing, right, related with this. Okay, I am just telling you one more thing related with this, right? So because that will give you more clarity, right? So I'm just telling you 1-2 points, right? So now beta, the point is that one point is the depreciation of the domestic currency, right? So then we will move further, right? After that, depreciation of the domestic currency, right? So depreciation of domestic currency कैसे होगी, कब होगी, वो मैं आपको एग्जांपल देके अभी बता रहा हूँ. डेप्रिसिएशन कब होगी बेटा? मान लीजिए पहले क्या था कि $1, right, was equal to 40 Indian rupees, right? And now what is there? Now $1 is, let's suppose, equal to 50 Indian rupees, right? 50 Indian rupees, right? So it means in comparison with dollar, the value of Indian rupee has fallen. So this will be known as the depreciation of rupee, right? So this is known as the depreciation of rupee. Okay, इसको हम रूपी की depreciation कहते हैं, right? So now beta, if the you can say valuation, if the depreciation of the rupee or devaluation of the rupee takes place, then what will happen? Let's suppose beta, Mr. X is a US citizen. Let's suppose I'm taking this example, right? Okay, so Mr. X wants to invest in India, right? But for investment in India, right, a unit or a property in which he wants to invest, that costs rupees 50 lakh in India. उसकी cost India में 50 lakh है, right? तो बेटा उस person को इंडिया में rupees की form में पैसे देने पड़ेंगे. So what will he do? He will exchange dollar for Indian rupees, right? So beta, when $1 was equal to rupees 40, right? In that case, beta, he had to pay, right, or he had to sacrifice rupees $1,25,000, right, to purchase the property of 50 lakh rupees in India. Sorry, dollars, right? So he has to sacrifice these much dollars, right? And now what happens beta when the Indian rupee has depreciated? right? $1 has become equal to 50 rupees. Now he will have to sacrifice rupees 1 lakh only, right, to purchase the same property, right? So that means what happens when the depreciation takes place, then the investment from the foreign countries increase in the country, right? So then what happens? FDI increases, right? FDI increases. This is the one point. Is it clear, beta? FDI increases, right? So this is the one point, right? And the point one is explained to you. I hope you must have noted this point. I am going to delete this, right? Because we are having the limitation of space here, right? So now the next point, beta. Let's suppose you purchase, right? Let's suppose you purchase something from the foreign market, right? So what you are going to purchase from the foreign market, let us say its price is rupees $1 lakh, right? Because foreign market से आपको डॉलर में ही मिलेगी. So when the exchange rate $1 was equal to rupees 40, then to purchase that commodity, you must have to bear rupees 40 lakh, right? तब आपको 40 lakh देना था, right? And now what happens now, because there is the depreciation of the rupee, right? And now in this case, you must $1 lakh की चीज परचेज करने के लिए, commodity परचेज करने के लिए, now you must have to sacrifice rupees 50 lakh, right? So बेटा इससे क्या होगा बेटा? बाहर से चीज लेनी अब costly होगी, right? So what will happen बेटा? Fall in import, right? What will happen? Fall in import, right? So इससे import में fall होगा बेटा, दूसरी चीज इसमें ये रहेगी, right? I think this example is also clear to you, right? And now the next third point बेटा, right? So मान लीजिए कोई चीज बेटा इंडिया के अंदर, right? It is of 40,000 rupees, right? 40,000 rupees की कोई चीज है इंडिया के अंदर. So पहले जब किसी फॉरेनर ने इंडिया में आकर के ये इस चीज को परचेज करना था, right? So बेटा that person must have to sacrifice $1,000, right? Because 40 rupees का था एक, right? So beta, and now when $1 is equal to rupees 50, so that person, right, have to sacrifice only beta $800. So that means भारत से चीज परचेज करके बाहर ले जानी, it means cheaper रहेगी, right? So that means export becomes cheaper, right? So इससे क्या होगा बेटा? इससे क्या होगा? Increase in export, right? So इससे क्या होगा? Increase in export, right? Export में increase होगी. Okay, is it clear up to this point? Okay, and now बेटा next क्या होगा बेटा? आपको एक चीज का मालूम होगा बेटा कि import minus export, right? वो बेटा आपका क्या रहता है? That is known as the trade deficit, right? So that is the trade deficit. Okay, trade deficit होता है. So बेटा जब हमारी import fall होगी, right? जब हमारा ये वाला पार्ट बेटा, ये वाला पार्ट गिरेगा नीचे और ये वाला पार्ट जब हमारा ऊपर उठेगा तो क्या होगा? Fall in trade deficit.
डेफिसिट कम हो जाएगा.
हाँ, तो इससे बेटा फिर हमारा क्या होगा? Fall in trade deficit will take place, right? Fall in trade deficit. Okay, so इसका इफेक्ट ये रहेगा, fall in trade deficit. Okay, so this is the effect. And now बेटा next चीज अभी मैं आपको explain करने वाला हूँ, right? Let's suppose बेटा, let's suppose government of India, right, has borrowed $1 lakh from America, right? $1 lakh. So we have to return $1 lakh to America, right? So we will exchange rupees into dollars, right? So बेटा जब $1.40 का था तो हमारे you can say सर के ऊपर कितना कर्जा था टोटल बेटा? 40 लाख रुपीस का कर्जा था इंडियन रुपीस में, राइट? सो बेटा अब क्या हो गया कि रुपये की वैल्यू फॉल होगी, राइट? अब जो $1 लाख पे करने के लिए अब हमें 50 लाख रुपीस का अरेंजमेंट करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो बेटा इट मीन्स what will happen with that you can say increase in debt burden, right? So हमारे ऊपर जो debt burden है वो बेटा increase हो जाएगा, right? Increase in debt burden, okay? Debt burden हमारे ऊपर increase हो जाएगा, right? Okay? So बेटा that is why गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने पिछले सालों में आई थिंक 2015 में एक मसाला बॉन्ड नाम का इंस्ट्रूमेंट इशू किया था, राइट? मसाला बॉन्ड का ये पर्पस था कि फॉरेन में से इफ यू वांट टू बोरो यू बोरो फ्रॉम द फॉरेन इन द रूपी टर्म्स नॉट इन द डॉलर टर्म्स, राइट? क्योंकि बेटा अगर हमने इसी चीज को रूपी टर्म्स से अगर हमने बोरो किया होता, राइट, मान लीजिए, राइट, सो मैंने अमेरिका को ये बोला होता कि आई नीड रुपीज 50 लाख ओनली, राइट, एंड आई विल रीपे यू रुपीज 50 लाख ओनली, राइट? आई डोंट नो what is the exchange rate of the dollar or what is not, right? So better then in that case, right, I would have taken $1,25,000 from America when the exchange rate of $1 was equal to rupee 40, right? और ये कर्जा लेने के बाद हमारे कंट्री की करेंसी डेप्रिशिएट हो गई, अब $1.50 का हो गया। अब बेटा मुझे अमेरिका से $1,25,000 लेकर के अब मुझे अमेरिका को वापस करना पड़ेगा $1 लाख, राइट? सो बेटा दैट मीन्स राइट इंक्रीज इन डेट बर्डन जो मैंने यहाँ लिखा है ये कब होगा, राइट? इफ डेट इज टेकन इन डॉलर टर्म्स, if that is taken in dollar terms, right? So otherwise क्या होगा? If that is taken in rupee terms, so then what will happen? Then beta debt burden will decrease with depreciation of the currency, right? So decrease in right debt burden, right? Debt burden if in rupee terms, right? If in rupee terms, okay? So this will happen. So these are the important points, right? And beta one more thing, beta हर एक जो बेटा फॉरेन का जो हर एक इन्वेस्टर होता है, right? Anybody who has come and invested in our country, right? So beta that person you can say would like that his investment should remain safe, right? So बेटा क्या होता है, लेट्स सपोज, राइट, लेट्स सपोज मैंने इंडिया में आकर के, राइट, $50 लाख की मैंने 50 लाख रुपए की मैंने इन्वेस्टमेंट की थी, राइट? सो आई हैव परचेज्ड सम प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ रुपीज 50 लाख इन इंडिया, राइट? सो व्हेन $1 was equal to rupees 40, that means beta I have right paid out of my pocket $1,25,000, right? And now what happens? Now beta the dollar has depreciated from rupees 40, now the Indian rupee has depreciated from rupees 41 per dollar to rupees 50 per dollar, right? So now what is there beta, right? अगर वही पर्सन आज अगर इंडिया में से अपनी प्रॉपर्टी बेच के पैसे लेकर के जाना चाहेगा तो उसको आज $1 लाख मिलेगा, लेके 1,25,000 आया था, राइट? सो बेटा दैट मीन्स क्या है, वो थोड़ी देर वेट करेगा बेटा। अगर हमारी करेंसी अगर कॉन्टिन्यूसली फॉल कर रही है, डेप्रिशिएट हो रही है, सो बेटा क्या होगा बेटा, फिर वो जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स हैं बेटा, दे वुड लाइक कि इंडिया से अपना पैसा लेके जल्दी जल्दी भाग जाओ, नहीं तो पैसा जीरो हो जाएगा, राइट? सो बेटा फिर क्या होगा बेटा, राइट? सो फिर क्या होगा बेटा, कैपिटल flight from the country, right? Capital out flight, right? फिर कंट्री से कैपिटल बाहर जाने लगती है, राइट? अगर ये स्टेबिलिटी नहीं रहती, अगर ये कॉन्टिन्यूसली गिरता जाता है, फिर ऐसा होता है। डेप्रिसिएशन का पॉइंट समझ आ गया सभी को बेटा? प्लीज टेल मी, ऑनेस्टली बताओ, सभी लोग बताओ प्लीज। ओके ओके ओके, बाकी लोग अभी समझ नहीं आया? ओके चलो कोई बात नहीं। सो बेटा, this is the point, right? I hope you must have understand this point, right? And beta, now when there will be appreciation beta, then everything will be reversed, right? जब हमारा रूपी जब महंगा होगा एज कंपेयर टू डॉलर, तो फिर सब कुछ रिवर्स हो जाएगा। एफडीआई डिक्रीज होगी, राइट? इंपोर्ट में इंक्रीज होगा, राइट? एक्सपोर्ट में फॉल होगा, राइट? ट्रेड डेफिसिट बढ़ेगा, राइट? इंटरेस्ट बर्डन हमारा कम होगा अगर वो डॉलर टर्म में है, अगर वो रूपी टर्म में है तो हमारा इंटरेस्ट बर्डन बढ़ जाएगा, राइट? इसको घर जाके आप एक एक एग्जांपल मेरी तरह लेकर के, राइट, इसको देखना कि क्या अगर हम यहाँ डेप्रिसिएशन को हटा करके, राइट, अगर हम यहाँ एप्रिसिएशन टर्म लिख देते हैं तो क्या जैसे सर ने बोला था क्या वैसे सब कुछ मतलब चेंज हो रहा है? क्या वैसे सब कुछ ऑपोजिट हो रहा है? राइट? ये आपकी होम असाइनमेंट है, आपने ये घर में जाकर के एक एक एग्जांपल लेके देखना है, राइट? अगर आपको ऐसा लगे कि नहीं हो रहा वैसा, तो फिर मुझे कल बताना क्लास में, राइट? फिर मैं आपको कल समझाऊंगा क्लास में दोबारा, ओके? I hope you will do this and you can do this, right? So that is the point here. So it is clear that what is the meaning of the flexible managed float exchange rate system. Okay. So now the next slide, right? So answer becomes B. A flexible managed float is a flexible exchange rate system in which the central bank of a country intervenes occasionally in order to direct the country's currency value in a certain direction. This is done के spelling गलत है, DONE, to create buffer against economic shocks, right? Economic shocks and soften their effects on the economy. This is a midway between a fixed exchange rate system and a flexible exchange rate system, right? This allows a country to obtain the benefits of a free floating system with an option to intervene and minimize the risks associated with a free floating currency, right? इससे क्या है कि दोनों हाथ लड्डू हैं, जिसको हम पंजाबी या हिंदी में कहते हैं, राइट? एक तरफ आपके पास फ्री फ्लोटिंग सिस्टम है, so that you may avail the benefits of the free floating system, and दूसरे हाथ आपके पास ऑप्शन है कि जब ये फ्री फ्लोटिंग सिस्टम डैमेज करेगा, राइट, तब हम उसको मतलब स्टीयर कर लेंगे, राइट, अपनी मर्जी के अकॉर्डिंग इन पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन। सो दैट इज द पॉइंट, ओके? सो वैसे मैंने पहले एक्सप्लेन कर दिया है। सो flexible managed float, the international monetary system, right, allows for exchange rate intervention when there are clear signs of risk to any of its member countries' economy, right? So international monetary system allow करता है कि अगर फ्लेक्सिबल एक्सचेंज रेट सिस्टम का किसी कंट्री की इकोनॉमी को नुकसान हो रहा है, उसका क्लियर सिग्नल है, तो वो इंटरवीन कर सकता है उसमें। और ये इम्पोर्टेंट इसलिए बना क्योंकि अभी सूडान ने ऐसा किया है, राइट? रिसेंटली as part of economic reforms, Sudan has devalued its currency and began a policy of a flexible managed float. So is it clear up to this point? So now let me move on to the next question now. Okay. So next question is a country. Okay, beta, good. So next question is a country whose currency is depreciating fast. Right? कोई ऐसा कंट्री है जिसकी करेंसी डिप्रिशिएट हो रही है बहुत फास्ट, has chosen to eliminate its customs exchange rate. What can be its effect on the economy of the country in question? तो फिर उसका इफेक्ट क्या होगा कंट्री की इकोनॉमी के ऊपर, राइट, which is depreciating very fast. Okay, so tell me, inflation in prices, 1 point. Second point, fall in imports. Third point, improvement in trade deficit. And fourth point, increase in FDI inflows. Select your answers using the codes given below. 2 only, 1, 2, and 3 only, 4 only, none of these. Okay. क्या हो गया? कोई भी रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आ रहा है किसी का, क्या हो गया? छुट्टी पे तो नहीं चले गए? कि नाराज हो गए मेरे साथ भाई? बी डी ओके, सी ओके, ओके। सबसे पहले बेटा इस क्वेश्चन के अंदर हमारे सामने 2-3 पॉइंट हैं। एक पॉइंट है कि करेंसी इज डेप्रिशिएटिंग फास्ट। एक पॉइंट हमारे सामने ये है जो है, एग्जिस्ट करता है, राइट। और दूसरा पॉइंट जो हमारे सामने है दैट इज कस्टम्स एक्सचेंज रेट को उसने एलिमिनेट कर दिया है, राइट। सो इसका फिर इफेक्ट क्या रहेगा इकोनॉमी के ऊपर, ये क्वेश्चन है, राइट। सबसे पहले कस्टम्स एक्सचेंज रेट जो होता है, व्हाट इज दैट, राइट। कस्टम एक्सचेंज रेट इज द रेट, right, is the rate of the domestic currency against the dollar or international currency, which is fixed by the authorities for the purpose of the custom duties only, right। बाजार में आपकी करेंसी का एक्सचेंज रेट कुछ भी हो, right, but for the purpose of the custom duties, right, a particular exchange rate has been fixed, क्योंकि बाजार में तो हर घंटे हर 10 मिनट में रेट चेंज होता रहता है, राइट। एंड सो बेटा दैट इज व्हाई, लेट्स सपोज वी टेक द केस ऑफ इंडिया, राइट। सो देयर विल बी एन customs exchange rate which will be a fixed rate of rupee against the dollar, right. So that will be fixed by the authorities of the Indian government. So whenever the goods will be imported into India, right, the import duty will be levied on those goods which have been imported from the foreign country into our country, right, and that export duty will be in terms of the percentage of the value, and the value is in dollar terms. That is why so that import duty will be determined in dollar terms, but the person is in India, he has to pay in Indian rupees. So that is why how will he determine that what is the exchange, what is the import duty, right, which is due towards him, right. So that is why let's suppose there is $1,000 import duty, and let's suppose the fixed exchange rate is rupees 65 per dollar. So that means the liability of that person is rupees 65,000. That person will deposit rupees 65,000 as import duty, and he can get the goods cleared from the customs, right? So this is what is the meaning of the customs exchange rate. Is it clear, beta? Hello. टेंशन मत लो, राइट, बर्डन मत लो, मैं थोड़ी देर में आपको फ्री कर दूंगा। मुझे राइट, मुझे मालूम है कि आप थोड़ा यू कैन से, है ना, आप थोड़ा आपका ब्रेन थक गया, ये मुझे मालूम है। एम आई राइट ना? समझते समझते ब्रेन थक गया आपका। एम आई राइट और रॉन्ग? स्लो हो गया ना? चलो, बाकी स्टूडेंट तो रिस्पॉन्ड ही करना पड़ गए। चलो कोई बात नहीं, हो जाता है। राइट, आप मेरे से पहले आप आंसर करें, ठीक है? आप मुझे मौका ही ना दिया करो बोलने का कि सर बताओ ये क्या है, ये क्या है, ठीक? मेरे से पहले आंसर करो आप। So that is there, right? So beta, customs exchange rate, right, is that rate of domestic currency against international currency, right, say dollar, right, which is determined, or which is fixed, we can say, right, which is fixed by the government authorities for the purpose of right, for the purpose of import duty, right, or customs duty, right, for the purpose of customs duty. Okay, so this is the point. I hope clear now. Okay, so now beta, what is there? Let's suppose, अब आप ध्यान दो, let's suppose I have imported some commodity from foreign, and the value of the commodity is $1 lakh, right? And let's suppose the import duty which is levied on that commodity, that is at the rate of 5% import duty is levied, right? So 5% means on the commodity which costs $1 lakh, right? So I must have to pay an import duty of $5,000. Okay. So now beta, what is happening? The exchange rate of my currency is depreciating fast, right? Depreciating fast means beta, right? So कल मेरी currency $1 was equal to ₹40, right? उसके बाद थोड़ी देर बाद हो गया $1 is equal to ₹50, उसके बाद हो गया, right? So $1, उसके बाद हो गया that is equal to ₹80, उसके बाद हो गया $1 is equal to ₹100. It means it is continuously depreciating, right? So बेटा क्या था फिर, right? So बेटा जब 40 था तो मेरी कस्टम ड्यूटी बनती थी 5,000 into 40, कितनी बनती थी मेरी? ₹2 lakh मेरी कस्टम ड्यूटी बनती थी, राइट? सो जब वो 50 हो गया तो मेरी कस्टम ड्यूटी कितनी बन गई? 2,050 lakh। जब वो 80 हो गया तो मेरी कस्टम ड्यूटी कितनी बन गई बेटा? 4 lakh बन गई। और जब वो 100 हो गया तो मेरी कस्टम ड्यूटी बेटा कितनी बन गई? 5 लाख बन गई, राइट। इट मीन्स मेरी कस्टम ड्यूटी लगातार बढ़ रही है, राइट। सो अगर मेरी कस्टम ड्यूटी बढ़ रही है तो देन व्हाट हैपन्स, मेरे कंट्री में जो गुड्स आ रही हैं दोज आर बिकमिंग डीयर। 1 लाख की गुड्स थी, उसके ऊपर 20, 25, 40, 50 ऐसे उसके ऊपर जो ड्यूटी बढ़ रही है, सो दैट मीन्स मेरे कंट्री के अंदर इन्फ्लेशन आएगी, प्राइसेस विल राइज। समझ आ गई बात की सभी को? प्लीज मुझे सभी आंसर कर दो, ठीक है? सभी को समझ आ गई? प्लीज मुझे बता दो, क्योंकि इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जो मैं आपको समझा रहा हूँ, राइट। फिर मुझे बाद में परेशानी रहेगी कि किसी को समझ आया किसी को नहीं आया, राइट। सो दैट इज वाई मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ बेटा, राइट। इट इज बेटर इफ यू ऑल एक्सप्लेन इट। ओके, अमृत ने एक्सप्लेन कर दिया है तो समझ आ गई। बाकी लोग सुखमन, आशिका, okay, Ashika, in English please। okay beta, I will speak in English now, I will repeat it in English, right? And what about Sukhman, what about Aman, what about others? Okay, she is not in class. And what about Paranali? Okay, so now beta, let me tell you again, right? Let me tell you again, the point is beta here that the exchange rate of the domestic currency is falling continuously, is depreciating continuously, right? Let's suppose, right, first it was equal to rupees 40, then 50, then 80, then 100, right? So this is there. So it is, we can say, depreciating very fast. Okay, so now when it is depreciating very faster, okay, so now what will happen beta, the custom duty or the import duty, which is at the rate of 5%, means $5,000. So that is increasing in rupee terms, right? So when that is increasing in rupees terms, so the custom duty or the import duty will be added to the value of the commodity. So that means the value of the commodity in India would increase, and that will lead to the inflation in prices. Ashika, is it clear now? Hello, Ashika, is it clear now or not yet? Tell me. Hello. Not clear? Okay, Ashika is not here in class. She put the question, but she left the class. Okay, no problem. Okay, right. So one is right. So one point is beta inflation, and second point beta, what will happen when the price is increasing? So what will happen next? Imports will fall, right? Because imports have become dearer. So that is why there will be the fall in imports, right? And third, improvement in trade deficit, right? Because when imports are increasing, right, obviously when the currency is depreciating, then the exports, what will happen, right? Right, so beta, here we can say exports are becoming dearer. So that will lead to improvement in the, sorry, with the fall in the exchange rate, right? Your country's exports will also rise, right? If your country is in position to export, right? So then improvement in the trade deficit will take place with that, right? So these are the three things which take place, right? But increase in FDI inflow would not happen. Why? Because the currency is not stable, right? It is going to depreciate fast, right? So if it is depreciating continuously, if the currency is not stable, then beta, then this will not happen, right? No investor would like to put his money into risk. So that is why the answer would become B, 1 to 3. Okay, is it clear? Hello, is it clear? Okay, clear. Right. इकोनॉमी पे क्या सरदर्द होने लग जाता है आपका? स्टूडेंट्स यूजली इसको मुश्किल मानते हैं, ऐसा क्यों? Why so? Why so? So the next is answer is B. For the purpose of collecting custom duties on imported items, the exchange rate of conversion of foreign currencies against domestic currency is fixed. This arrangement is called customs exchange rate, right? So इस arrangement को हम customs exchange rate कहते हैं, right? So that is the point. Okay. And second, the case represented in the question is of Sudan. The country devalued its currency in February. The exchange rate of Sudanese pound is deteriorating continuously and the inflation rate is rising, right? Inflation rate has jumped to 342%, while in 2020 it was around 163%. So inflation is rising at such a fast pace there. Official exchange rate of currency is 420 Sudanese pounds per USD, while it was 55 Sudanese pounds per USD in February 2021. So 3-4 महीने में करेंसी इतनी डेप्रिशिएट हो गई है, राइट, कि उनको फिर जो अपना जो उसका जो है कस्टम एक्सचेंज रेट है उसको उनको डिमोलिश करना पड़ा अब, राइट. सो दैट इज ए लास्ट इकोनॉमिक रिफॉर्म, राइट. यही था उनके पास अभी करने वाला, क्योंकि करेंसी डिवेल्युएशन कर ली थी और जो फ्लेक्सिबल मैनेज्ड फ्लोट एक्सचेंज रेट सिस्टम अप्लाई कर लिया था, राइट. सो अब उनके पास जो लास्ट हथियार था, जो लास्ट वेपन था to fight with the situation. So that was only this, right? And their government even has issued an advisory to the people that for some time you may have to bear the pain, right, for the long-term benefits, right? It means inflation is there, right? Inflation is rising there, right? And one reason is that this also because the customs exchange rate has been dropped or demolished by them. Okay, so I think this is clear to you, right? So in case you are having any problem, you please let me know. We can discuss the problem with you, right? Any case, any problem, we can discuss. So I hope this point is clear to you because explanation was longer. That is why this question paper of 10 questions, right, took longer time. So, but I tried to discuss so many things with you in this discussion. So I hope you must have liked it. Okay. So then I am taking leave today, right? So we'll see you tomorrow, right, at the same time, right? Environment is pending yet, right? So tomorrow we will take the lecture on environment. Okay, that's it. So, okay, beta, I am taking leave now then. Okay. So the topic is complete now.
सर पीछे वाली स्लाइड का लिखा हुआ अभी भी लिखा हुआ है या हट गया?
क्या क्या लिखा हुआ बेटा? वो तो बेटा हट गया, वो तो क्योंकि मुझे डिलीट करके ही आगे बढ़ना पड़ता है। ये देखो, ये देखो, अदरवाइज वो
कोई नहीं सर, कोई नहीं। आई विल चेक आफ्टर द रिकॉर्डिंग, अगर रिकॉर्डिंग होगी, वरना सर वैसे मेरे को बता दिया था आपने पहले ये वाला तो।
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं।
सर डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था नेट कनेक्शन की वजह से।
अच्छा, कई बार हो जाता है, चलो कोई बात नहीं बेटा। ओके, टेक केयर, ऑल द बेस्ट,
थैंक यू सर।
विल सी यू टुमारो। ओके बेटा।